Josina Anderson is out at ESPN. Josina is a really, really good reporter that I have a lot of respect for. So I used to work at ESPN. I've told you guys this on my platform a few times. Just to be clear, Josina Anderson was someone that I've been able to speak to maybe a couple times when I was there. I was only at ESPN for like 4 or 5 months, but I was able to get to know Stephen A. Smith, Skip. I was able to work with Michael Smith and Jamel Hill. I got the ultimate respect for those people. I rarely got to see Josina, though. She's one of those people that I had admiration and respect for. Rarely got to see Josina. And just to be honest with you and frank with you, she was always on her phone. Every time I saw her in the hallway, just working on that phone, tweeting, doing something. And you'd be like, yo, you're right next to Josina. And then next minute you see her tweeting out something, tweeting out a story, or maybe a collab with Adam Schefter. Josina is one of those talents. She's very good at her job. I'm looking at ESPN, and I've heard rumors, obviously, because sports have been out of commission during this pandemic for the most part. I know The Last Dance was incredible. But other than that, ESPN, you're talking about a Last Dance documentary of Michael Jordan that was incredible. The ratings were through the roof week in, week out. But ESPN is used to getting good to great ratings like every day around this time. Right now the NBA Finals would just to be about over right now, right? We'll be close to the end of the NBA Finals. ESPN is used to, in collaboration with ABC and Disney, they're used to doing great ratings every other day. You're talking about a playoffs. Obviously we expect in June and July and, as the NBA season gets back into fruition, we expect ratings to be back up. But I don't know how this product will look for the NBA. I don't know how some of these sports will look without fans. I don't know how interested fans will be. There's a lot weighing on the look of this product, right? And I bring this up for a reason. Just bear with me. There's a lot weighing on the look of the NBA, the validity in college basketball, college football when their seasons come up, the NFL. There's a lot because we don't know. We're in an uncharted time, right? Obviously, there's the concern about somebody catching the coronavirus and, any season having to be suspended. There's a lot weighing on the look and the feel and the validity in sports right now. Because if one person goes down, there are a lot of fans who are like, do I want to invest my time in a sport that I love for it to, be canceled for a week or two, or maybe canceled for the remainder of its season because of Corona? Like, there's a lot right now weighing on ESPN. If I know ESPN like I think I know that company, they're about to lay a lot of people off. And it looks like Josina, whose contract was up towards the, middle of the year, beginning of the year this year. And there are reports that she was already on her way out. There was a couple of tweets that went out from her during that Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph incident with the Steelers and Browns towards the end of the last football season, and which I'm sure ESPN didn't like. And there were reports that, that caused some conflict within the company of how she kind of left reporter and became a little bit of a commentator. And I think ESPN's line with their reporters doing commentating and analyst work it's so thin right now. It's such a dangerous place. When you got guys like Adam Schefter and Woj and Zach Lowe and these guys that got podcasts now, they're not only some of the best reporters that company has, they give opinions nowadays, but it's such a thin line to be a great reporter. And unless you're Woj or Shefty, you're up for grabs. And I just think it's a big mistake to let somebody like Josina go, as great as she is on Sunday to Sunday with the NFL coverage, especially. That's one I wouldn't have made, but I do believe layoffs are brewing again for ESPN. When I was there, the person who hired me got fired. Understand that the person who hired me got fired. That's just I never even got to tell the person who hired me goodbye. He got fired. He got fired midway through my internship. That's how crazy it was at just at ESPN. I was there with one of the biggest layoffs, and this pandemic, as bad as it's been, I'm expecting a big layoff to brew at some point this year. We'll see how the NBA bounces back. Even if the NBA has a great return, the ESPN will still never make some of the money that they missed out this year, just missing that time slot. Because now they're going to have to cram NBA, college football into it's going to be together. There's going to be a spot when both NBA and college football are together. And we obviously know how many contracts ESPN's got with certain networks, obviously the SEC and all that. Those Saturdays are going to have to be college football Saturdays. Some of those Friday nights, I don't know. Do you go college football? Do you go NBA? My guess is NBA playoffs. But damn, that's going to be a tough one. They're going to have to utilize everything they got. ESPN2, ESPN News, all of that to just get this thing to work. It's going to be a tough time. And, a talent like Josina, I'm looking around at the landscape of talents that are not working in a major network right now. I'm looking at a Josina Anderson. I'm looking at a Jamel Hill. I'm looking at a Michael Smith. And I know they're doing their own thing now, and I'm sure, Josina will follow with something new. And obviously, Kerry Champion. I'm looking at all this black talent on the market. And obviously, Jason Whitlock even just got, let go. And I'm not the biggest fan of Whitlock, but he's a talent who has an audience. And Whitlock's, I can give him respect of, he's knowledgeable at what he does. And I'm looking around and I'm thinking to myself, man, it would be great for any type of network that's picking up a little steam right now with a nice bank account. It'd be great to pick up some steam right now because you really could get an audience. I really think there's a big following out there for one of these networks right now. If it's not Fox, then maybe like a growing online network or something like that, like a Barstool or something like that that's looking to venture off, or maybe Spotify. I know they just gave Rogan that bag, but if they had another one, maybe an Apple Music, if they want to do something with video or something. I'm looking at a great opportunity for someone to come in the market that maybe you don't even expect to steal some of these talents off the market. And with everything going on socially right now and all these are great talents, ladies and gentlemen. Say what you want about Jamel or Michael. They're really great at sports. You can have your opinions on them and what their political views are, whatever. We all got our own different political views. Josina's a great talent. Kerry's a great talent. All these great talents that are up for grabs right now in the market that, could create you a lot of clicks, a lot of views online, definitely. You got to believe there's got to be a network out there that's contemplating making some moves right now to get some of these high-profile talents in. Again, Josina is out at ESPN. I don't know what the next step is. I'm sure right now a lot of people are just going to play this thing out to see what the market's like, if you can't afford it after the pandemic. So we'll see. Again, Josina out at ESPN, that's a big loss for ESPN. She's a really, really valuable talent.